let's try and see what we can come up with here. All right. Let's see here. Level 3, level 3. Since we had such great luck with this last time, well, I'll go with Pea Shooter again. Even though I have no idea. Okay, well, actually, I'm getting kind of an idea of how this is supposed to work. No, actually. So, but yeah, here we are with Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Which is not my favorite game, although I'm still playing it. So, I guess that, it's got to show for something. Now, where are we going to put this garden? I think we put it there last time. So, let's, I don't like that one. That seems too far, too out in the open. Do we have another? Do we have a third option? That's all here. Super speed. Alright. So today, we just kind of wanted to touch upon a couple things. Well, mainly the one thing being, over the weekend, we lost another great musician, that being Chris Cornell, most famously known for being, the frontman for Soundgarden, also, the frontman for Audio Slave, and he did some solo stuff too. And there's just an overwhelming response from so many people, and just, response to his death. Which, is good, because that just shows, just the vast amount of influence he had upon so many people, during his, time with us. But also, I just feel like some people are just jumping on the bandwagon, just because, it's awful as it sounds, but they just want to, get in on the hype. I mean, I feel like there's just some people out there, that are just like, oh yeah, this is dedicated to Chris. Well, did you even know who he was? Did you, I was a casual listener of Soundgarden. I really enjoyed Audio Slave. That first CD was, solid. They kind of got weird, the second one was pretty good. They kind of got weird with the third one, a little bit, more experimental with that one. But, that's kind of really why I didn't really, say much about it, because I knew his influence. I knew his his legacy with with music, but I wasn't 100%. Oh my God, I'm the biggest Chris Cornell fan ever. It's like, yeah, it sucks. I appreciate his influence, but there was other musicians I preferred, which is fine. I'm not just because the guy's passed doesn't mean I'm gonna say I'm his biggest fan. I can appreciate his legacy and the influence he's had on a multitude of bands. But to come out, for all these, musicians, celebrities, all these people to come out and say, yeah, he was the greatest ever, it's like, I feel like they're just saying that just because that's the popular thing to do. I feel like they don't actually necessarily believe that, and this has happened in the past before too, like about a little over a year now, when the great Lemmy passed. So many people, oh yeah, Lemmy, he was. I was like, did you even know who Lemmy was? Can you, I don't want to seem harsh here, but most people, know Motorhead for Ace of Spades, and some people don't even know that Ace of Spades is a Motorhead song. Some people out there think I've heard one person in particular say, oh yeah, Ace of Spades, I love Metallica. It's like, no, are you, I don't know. It just, and the same with Prince. I never really got into Prince. Okay, I understand his legacy. I can appreciate his influence on music. Absolutely, I get it. He had a multitude of hit songs. Wasn't for me. So, yeah, it sucks. Yeah, he's gone. It was, a tragic, accident. But, I'm not, gonna go, making, posts here that, oh yeah, Prince is the greatest. I just wasn't that big of a fan of him. Which, and then all these people, Prince is the greatest ever, like, are you actually saying that? You know, do you actually genuinely 100% believe that? Or are you just saying that because it's the popular thing to do? You know, and, you know, again, to sound like a broken record here, I feel like with the advent of social media and just, you know, the globalization of everything, I feel like this bandwagoning of opinion is going to become more and more rampant because people are just doing, you know, these things for the likes. They're just doing them for the views. They're just doing them for, you know, they don't actually genuinely believe this. And it's, I don't know, you know, if you know, it's just some half-hearted attempt to just seem relevant and to seem like, you know, you care, which I think does a great injustice to, number one, the people that genuinely do care, that are genuinely genuinely fans of these people and of these, you know, musicians, and, you know, not even musicians, like actors, you know, like Heath Ledger, you know, oh my God, Heath Ledger have you seen any of his movies? You know, I didn't. I got to be honest here. The first Heath Ledger movie I probably saw was, well, actually no, I saw 10 Things I Hate About You, but I you know, if you asked me if you know, if you said, oh yeah, Heath Ledger's in that, I wouldn't have known who, you know, I gotta be honest, you know, I'm just being honest here, you know, and then, you know, A Knight's Tale, you know, again, you know, is just another actor, you know, I mean, he did a good job, you know, and then, but it wasn't really to The Dark Knight where I was like, oh, that's Heath Ledger, okay, I could see it now, which, you know, again, yeah, I don't feel, you know, wrong for, you know, but again, you don't see me walking around with you know, a Heath Ledger, you know, R.I.P. Heath Ledger T-shirt. What do we have here? Okay. No idea what that means. But, you know, I'm not going around, you know, R.I.P. Heath Ledger, oh my God, it's been 3 years, you know, see you, because, you know, I mean, not that I didn't care, but it's just, he didn't have that big of a personal influence on me. And I feel like a lot of these people are just faking it, you know, again, for the likes, for the views, for the, you know, just for the sympathy, just, yeah. And I feel that's disingenuous, I feel it's fake, and you know, it's frustrating, you know, and then, you know, like I said, it's not only as an insult to the real fans who genuinely, you know, do feel this, you know, particular type of way, but it's also an insult to the artists and, you know, and the families themselves. You know, it's an insult to their legacy, you know, to just fake something, you know, to fake, you know, just you know, again, it's disingenuous, and I feel like it's, you know, it's just an insult. But, you know, I mean, that's my opinion. You know, I very well could be wrong, you know, but that's, you know, how I feel about it. I'm trying to, you know, come up with, you know, think of something good, you know, so, you know, change the topic a little bit here. Looks like I got quite a lot of people here. All right, this is probably why I'm not dead yet. Oh, that's gonna kill me. Spoke too soon. Alright, oh my! So I'm kind of getting the hang of this. I'm not 100% certain on how this works. It just seems like I mean, really, it seems like a combination of regular Plants vs. Zombies and online, you know, I think I touched upon this before. It seems just like a horde mode. You know, like they say, oh, Gears of War, that's a great idea. We'll slap a Plants vs. Zombies mantle on it and we'll call it a day. And of course, we gotta have microtransactions because we're EA and that's what we do. Alrighty, oh, more zombies. Alright. Now, I really hope this has dedicated servers because I really don't want to close this out and piss off these people I'm playing with here. Microman the Great, huh? Alright. I don't... Okay, I'm healing. That's what that means. Well, I guess one thing I could touch upon also is these, I think I'm going to mention this in an earlier video, but, you know, all these recent hacks that have been happening with all these hospital systems. A local hospital near me was also hacked, and, you know, they were reduced, you know, brought back to the Stone Age for, you know, weeks. And it's... To me, I mean, I don't want to say, you know, they deserve it, but this has been a long time coming, because I've noticed, you know, a lot of these places, they're running very outdated computer systems. They're running, you know, some of them are running Windows XP, which, I mean, that's been out of service, you know, that's been unsupported for, what, 10 years now? So, I mean, like I said, I don't want to say that they deserve it, but this is, you know, a wake-up call for them that they really got to up their game in the IT department, pay these people the money, and upgrade these computers and operating, you know. I know a lot of hospitals are using Dell still, which, you know, I mean... Dell, I mean, I don't want to, you know, crap on Dells here, but I really feel like a hospital should be using a, you know, a much, you know, higher quality computer than, you know, your run-of-the-mill... I don't want to say Circuit City, because that hasn't been that hasn't been a company in about 10 years. But you know, I really don't think that hospital should be something that you can just pick up at Circuit City for $300. You know, and then these programs are outdated too. I mean, they're using, you know, I know one place uses Outlook, which, you know, I feel like, okay, for everyday email use, sure, Outlook, you know, but I mean, I'm rambling here, but, you know, I feel like they should be using something a little bit more secure than Outlook. I feel like they should be, you know, using, you know, at least, you know, 1 or 2 generations removed of an operating system, not Windows XP. I mean, you know, that's, although, granted, I love Windows XP. I miss the interface. I miss the, ease of use. I miss, you know, the transparency of Windows XP. I hate Windows 10. But, you know, for someone, you know, for especially, you know, with the NHS, you know, they really, I mean, granted, I don't know the ins and outs of the hack. You know, I'm not, you know, I'm not, you know, really well versed on tech. The last, you know, really operating system I knew the ins and outs of was Windows XP. So, you know, I'm a little outdated with that, but I feel like if they had really taken, you know, these threats seriously to begin with, there never would have been any, you know, widespread hacks like that. I mean, that's just purely my own. I'm about to die in this. No knockouts. No knockouts. Alrighty. But yeah, as I was saying, I feel like these things could have been avoided if they had just taken these threats seriously, if they had, you know, paid more attention to their operating systems and done the updates, you know, done all the, you know, security, firmware, you know, kept up to date on everything, and, you know, like I said, take these threats seriously. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if you're at home and, you know, you're like, oh, I'm not updating my computer today. I'm not, you know, and you go 6 months without, you know, doing your necessary security updates. That was stupid. But, you know, if you're a hospital, you know, if you're a hospital or a bank or something that has private information, that has sensitive information, you really have no excuse for not taking every single step necessary to protect that data at all, you know, at any cost. You know, you have no excuse. So, shame on them. If I had a bell, I'd ring it. Shame. Because the people that ultimately wind up suffering are the consumers. Yeah, sure, the hospital's gonna have to probably pay, to get either pay the ransom, which I'll touch on that in a minute, but the hospitals, they're gonna have to pay the ransom or pay the liability insurance, pay to get the servers backed up. But it's ultimately us, the consumers, that suffer because not only is our information compromised, but we lose trust in the system. We go to these people and trust them with our money. We go to these people and trust them with our health information. We go to these people and trust them with so much. And the fact that they were so careless with it and allowed it to be compromised in such a manner, it's more harm to the consumer than anything, because that trust is hard to get back. Once that data's look at the Sony breach. Was it 5 years ago that breach with Sony, where people are still dogging on Sony for losing all that credit card information. Granted, they also failed to reveal that information was compromised until days later. But even so, that trust in Sony still hasn't regained. You tell people, hey, you should get a PlayStation 4. Nah, man, I don't want my credit card information being stolen. It's like, really? Really? That was like 5 years ago. And, and even though Sony took care of us, I think we got like 2 years of, identity theft monitoring. If, we opted in, we got a couple of free games. I think, personally, I took Infamous 2 and Dead Nation. I think there might have been a PSP game in there too. But they even though they attempted to right that wrong rather, they still it's that trust is still gone many years later. So I feel like and that's a video that's a service. That's not it's not something, we voluntarily went to them. We were like, hey, Sony, we want to play games. Here's my credit card. Let me buy a couple things. It wasn't, hey, I'm sick, or I need money. Here's my private information. Take care of it, please. It's different, And then the other thing, too, with these hackers, they're asking for bitcoins, which, okay, smart move. It's, untraceable, it's for cryptocurrency and all the stuff that goes along with that. But you're asking for what were they asking for? $500? Like what, 1 or 2 bitcoins? I mean, that's it. I mean, I'm not condoning this, but go big or go home. I mean, if you're gonna cripple the and you're gonna hold them over a barrel and you're gonna make them go. And go to Dr. Evil, ask for $100 billion. Go big. Don't ask for 4. Because then, I mean, I guess that's a more enticing offer. I mean, I could see, okay, we're gonna ask for $400 or $500, and then we'll just we'll hit 500 people, so then it'll add up if they all pay in for the ransom, and it'll just be a big pain in the ass if they don't. I could see that. But I can also see, these people aren't gonna pay. They're not gonna, no one's gonna pay this ransom. So you might get lucky, and one person might pay. So you're better off asking for, big money, and then have the one person that actually gives in. I don't know. I don't really want to continue on this because I really, I feel like I sound like I'm condoning it, which I in no way, shape, or form condone hacking. It's terrible. Again, it breaks that trust, and that trust is sacred. Especially when it comes to private health. Private banking. That can lead to identity theft too. The same issues that came up with the Sony hack, and I mean. That's just such a violation, and it's... Oh, okay, there's a trophy for that. And it's despicable. It's all, I mean, what is this world coming to? When you're gonna hack a bank, a hospital. Okay, I guess that was at the level. I don't know. I've never gotten this far before. But it looks like, from everything I've read, none of these, companies are giving in. None of them are paying the ransom. Should I say good? Because don't give in to the fear. Don't give in to the, good. Down here. Okay. We don't negotiate with terrorists. It's good. So good on them. Hopefully, all these other companies, everyone else who hasn't been hacked will get smarter and like, hey, look, we really need to step up our game. We need to pay our IT department. We need to stop cutting, budget, cutting corners and, not upgrading to the new OS just because we don't feel like paying the, couple, $1,000 to upgrade all of our systems, and we're better off paying the money now, being protected, than 2 or 3 years down the line when this system's obsolete, having to pay through the nose to either get our, everything backed up or to, have everything hacked and be in the same boat again. So pay the money. And that's really my my summation here. Is just pay the money. It's better to pay up front and avoid disaster than to be hacked, have disaster, and lose that trust. Because that trust is priceless. That's no amount of money can buy that trust back. Because once that trust, is lost, you can't buy it back. You can't, like, oh yeah, here's a $10,000. Here, trust us again, please. Doesn't work like that. So that's really all I gotta say on the. What did I just do? That's all I have to say about that. To quote Forrest Gump. Okay, so we got 8,000 coins from that. Or no, we got like 3,000. So we'll buy this. What do we get from here? Anything good? No idea what these things are. We'll buy another one. Yeah, why not? Alrighty, well, that's all I really got for today. Hopefully next time I'll have some happier subjects to discuss. So until next time.